Jay. Can we talk about musks? I want to talk about musks today. I think it's really nice for this time of year, and actually musks, depending on the type of musk, can be good for year round. I really, in thinking about this video, found it kind of hard to differentiate, like give a reference for what a musk is, because sometimes I feel like it overlaps with powder. And just to I don't know, sometimes it's hard to separate the two because there are some kinds of musks that give a powdery feel. I think in our physical world, like things that we can touch, we have reference for powder. There's powdered sugar, there's, powdered talcum powder, and in cooking, there's flour. So we know what powdery substances are, but musk is kind of something that it just happens to be wafting through the air sometimes, whether it's a perfume or, whether it's on the animalic side. That's more musty in my eyes, to my nose. But I definitely wanted to talk about the distinction and just highlight some fragrances that I feel are kind of separate, they kind of cut that line between powdery or musky. So these are fragrances in my collection that are more on the musky side, but with different mixes of notes. They're not necessarily just only musky fragrances, but all of them have musk. I'm going to highlight a few notes out of each of them. I'm not going to spend too much time except for one or two. I have more thoughts that I want to mention. But, I wanted to first, before I started to go through them, talk about that there's 4 different musk molecules that I was looking, that when I was researching, I found. So I went ahead and wrote down the description of the musk, and I just think that would be helpful in our perfume lives, if we can kind of smell and identify. That way we can verbalize what we like. If we're asking somebody for help, we can verbalize what it is that we're looking for. So the first one is slightly sweet, floral, and powdery. See, that distinction is not always there. They kind of overlap. Fresh, clean scent, similar to opening a warm dryer and hanging out clean sheets. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is similar to the above, but with added elegance, stronger, slightly woodier, has metallic undertones that represent a hot iron running over like just clean clothes, freshly washed and dried clothes. I love that. There's a second one, it's called, or a third one, it's called, I'll put the name up, but it's soapy with fruity undertones, and it says that it's Ambretteolide, coming from the muskmallow plant. And the last one is slightly sweeter with hints of vanilla woods and spices. Great for intensifying other sweet and floral ingredients. Now these are, I forgot to mention in the beginning, they are synthetic molecules, because we can't get musk from the animal who produced the musk that was used a lot in perfume, the musk deer. If you harvest it, you have to kill the animal. So we can't, of course, do that anymore. There are other musks, civet, from the civet cat. It's from, some glands, and it gives like a sweet kind of pee-pee-ish smell. And then there is castoreum that we get from beavers, that is musky but also gives a vanillic feel. So yeah, the very synthetic, like astringent white molecule to the other end of the spectrum, which is very animalic. In perfumes, there are some clearly that go on the extreme end of being animalic, but oftentimes what I found is that they kind of mix through some compositions, and you're not really able to identify the animal notes. Like I said, sometimes you can, but sometimes they just give some depth or some sweetness or just a little bit of interest to the, or how would you say, uniqueness to the fragrance, something that's interesting. So let's get back to the perfumes. I'm going to go ahead and start mentioning them. And so maybe with the information that I've given you, we can kind of together with my collection and yours, maybe decide what musks might be in our favorite fragrances. So this one, first one is Cassiopeia by Tiziana Terenzi. I would definitely describe this one as a fruity laundry powder musk. It smells like laundry, fruity laundry. So that's Cassiopeia by Tiziana Terenzi. Then there is Draco by the same Tiziana Terenzi. This is definitely on that side of a powdery musk. There's powder, and not to say there aren't powder notes, but there's definitely musk in here. And there comes a time in this fragrance where the musk or the powder you can't really smell anymore, and the musk definitely is more prominent. So that is Draco. Oh, there's peach in here too. So peachy baby powder musk, I think, is how I've described it in the past. There is Iris Dragees by Lancôme. This one is iris, a little bit of vanilla, and some of that powdery musk. And this one is really, really beautiful. It smells like, kind of like baby powder laundry. It's a little bit more vanillic though. So it has a powdery laundry feel to it, with a little bit of sweetness, maybe from some vanilla. Oh, there's almond in here. So yeah, that's Iris Dragees by Lancôme. There is one, if you guys are looking to spend some money, there is Abrakaadabra by Krigler. This is definitely a laundry powder, just a fresh, and it almost smells like, not like literal laundry powder to me, like the powder that you would scoop in the old school before we had the pods. It kind of reminds me of that. And a lot of musks are warm unless they're mixed in a way. They definitely add some warmth and some sensuality to fragrances too. Some people say that they are musky, and I could see some fragrances definitely being musky with musk. I mean, sexy or sensual with musk. This one I want to spend a little more time on, maybe at the end. This is Dyptique Fleur de Peau. This is a musk that is, I would say, universal. I would say that this was the type of musk that was in the description of a warm iron being run over a piece of clothing that was just freshly washed and dried. This one we'll get back to because I want to talk about this one. There is Ex Nihilo. This is Musc Infini, another powdery but a little bit animalic. It's a little bit deeper than just a white musk. So there's powdery, it's sweet, and I feel this has a little bit of something animalic in it too, just slightly. But it's very beautiful, and it doesn't smell like a secretion or an excretion, okay? The next category is going to be fruity musks. So this is Si Passione. This one is berry woody musk. This one is very beautiful, but it gives a fresh feel, okay? There's also Chanel Chance. This is a citrus but heavy musk. You can smell like a white musk with some citrus and some woods in here too. For a man, well, I would say unisex. This is unisex leaning masculine, and I'll just say this is Mancera Oud Lemon Mint. There's almond, there's woods, and it's heavily citrus at the top, citric at the top. But it definitely has like you can smell the woodiness in here, that clean, oudy, woody, but there's almond and citrus in here too. This is really, really beautiful. Unisex leaning masculine. Another fragrance with the same profile kind of that I thought would be interesting to not compare, but like put them side to side because the notes are so similar. This is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal. This one, again, there's citrus at the top. There's almond in here. There are musks. The musks and the almond together with the citrus. This fragrance is really, really nice, but I feel like it is unisex leaning feminine just a little bit. So while this one, they have similar notes, I feel Mancera Oud Lemon Mint is unisex leaning masculine. L'Homme Ideal Cologne is unisex slightly leaning feminine. So that's that, both musky, kind of sweeter. Dahlia Divan, this has plum, this has peach, and there's some other tart note, oh, apple, you know, but the musk in here is a vanillic musk, a vanillic white musk. And I say that this is like a fruity version of Lancôme Idole. So if you have that one, you know the type of musk that I'm talking about when I'm talking about Dahlia Divan. This is the EDP by Givenchy. So a fruity vanillic musk. Another one that I've mentioned recently is Nihilo Musc Therapy. This one is black currant, musk, sandalwood. It feels creamy, but predominantly musky, and it's not overly creamy. Let me just say this. Okay, so there's white musk on the very astringent side or industrial side where it just feels very clean and screechy. The sandalwood in here keeps it from being that industrial, that really screechy, squeaky, clean white musk. This adds some, like I said, some creaminess to it, but it's not a creamy fragrance. It's still very musky. The fruit in here is pretty prominent, but I just wanted to let you know what I think the cream or the sandalwood does for this fragrance. Just gives it some cream to keep it from becoming so screechy. So that is Nihilo Musc Therapy. There is Trish McEvoy's Sexy 9. Now this is blackberry, vanilla, and musk. And the musk in here, the sillage from a spray, not from here, not from a travel size, but that sillage, I guess it wouldn't matter, but when I first tried this fragrance, it was from a spray. And the sillage is just very clean and fruity, and with just a hint of vanilla. It's a really beautiful fragrance. So still on the cleaner white, but still fruity musk side. So that's Trish McEvoy Sexy 9. So there's the next category, which would be floral musks. But since I just finished like the fruity citrus, there is one that I put in the middle because it could go in either category, just depending. This is Coco Mademoiselle. This is the intense version, but as you'll see, you know, there is some rose in here, but there's also some citruses in here. There's patchouli in here. Musk is definitely in here. So it could go in either like a citrus category or a floral category because they're both very prominent, but there's musk and patchouli. This is Coco Mademoiselle, the intense version, very, very long lasting, good performer, and the sillage is beautiful on this fragrance too. I have Armani Si. This is the EDP, this is the EDT, I'm sorry. And this one is like a rosy, non-distinct fruity musk, white musk. So that's Armani Si. It's pretty, it's simple, but it's pretty. One that has my heart and is gonna come home with me soon. This is Do Not Disturb by Wilhelm. This is black currant musk with a little bit of vetiver. It has a little bit of smoke to it. This is very, very nice. So that is Do Not Disturb. We don't have a musk video without mentioning something from Narciso Rodriguez. I gave away a bottle to a friend, but I still love Narciso Rodriguez for her in the black bottle. The pink bottle is a little bit too strong. The black bottle is what I love. It's more white florals, but beautiful, fluffy musk. The next one is Coach. This is the EDP. This is raspberry. There's rose in here. There's suede, but musk. This is a musky fragrance on the dry down for sure. The next category is going to be really syrupy, fruity kind of fragrances, but still with musk. So I kind of paused because Armani has fruits in it, but it's also a floral fragrance, rose and black currant, and vanilla and patchouli in here. But still definitely some musk. I feel like musks just kind of, I don't know. Do you guys love musks? But yeah, this is a beautiful fragrance. Also, this is one that's very popular. I wasn't able to get a bottle, but I definitely have a spray. And this is Jean Paul Gaultier, and this is La Belle. This is not the intense version. This is the original version. This is Syrupy Pears. This is sweet. They're both very sweet, but this is a little more candy sweet than the C. This is pears, like stewed pears, and musk, but vanilla. This is just a candy. I think there's some vetiver in here too. I don't necessarily get that. I get more stewed, musky peaches, or not peaches, but pears, and some vanilla. This is beautiful. The next category I have is woody musks. So the first one is BDK. This is Gris Charnel. This is creamy, kind of fresh, creamy woods. There's a fig note in here. The sandalwood makes it creamy, but the musk in here is very sweet. This is kind of like a fresh, but it's fresh wood fragrance, but definitely with some creamy sweetness and muskiness, of course. But this is really beautiful. And we all know the infamous Baccarat Rouge 540, definitely a woody musk. And probably, I mean, I have some samples of things that smell like it, and they all smell pretty similar. Don't let anybody tell you that they are not similar. There are subtle differences, but really, if you want this vibe, there are many, many options for you to get. So, and I haven't tried them all, but I've tried a lot. So the ones that, you know, they advertise to smell similar to it, if you find it at a better price, get it, because I'm sure that the vibe is similar, you know. Anyway, moving on, there is Vanillic Musks that I wanted to mention. This is Nishane Ani, black currant, green vanillic. There is wood at the bottom, but definitely you get musk too. The musk just kind of, I feel the musks just carry these fragrances along. I guess I can feel like that. It's just kind of like a wave through the air. If I were to describe a musk, like it's just so smooth. That's my description for a musk, or the way that the way that musk makes me feel. So that's Nishane Ani. The next one is a little bit on the fresh side, but still vanilla. This is amber, and this is musk. There might be some citruses or something brightening this fragrance up, so it's not syrupy sweet, but it's definitely a sweet, fresh, musky, vanillic fragrance. Amber too. Okay, so at the end, this is the most animalic musk that I'll get are probably in the style of these two. The first one is Initio Absolute Aphrodisiac. This is a vanillic leather musk. It has some castoreum in it, but I don't necessarily feel, I don't know, it doesn't bring it to like a secretion feel. You know, this is definitely animalic because of the leather to me. I don't get something off-putting, but I feel that the leather, okay? The vanilla is very creamy. The leather is very like fresh, and yeah, I don't know. This fragrance is really special. I like it a lot. I might see myself getting a full bottle of this in the future, but definitely vanillic, leathery musk, and that's Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio. And let's see, this one is Back to Black. I'm sorry, it's not labeled. I got it from a seller. This is just a sample, but Killian. This fragrance intrigues me, but I probably will never need more than what's in this. It's like a 5 milliliter, maybe, I think it's a 5 milliliter decant, because there's honey in this. There's so many notes listed, but the honey in this is honey for sure. It's definitely sweet, but I definitely understand in this fragrance what people mean when they say honey has a pee feel to it. And it's not, this fragrance doesn't smell like pee. It doesn't smell like pee, but if I smell it and I think about it, I can understand what they're saying. And so I'm not sure. I've tried this fragrance on throughout the months that I've had it, but I haven't gotten any feedback, and I am unsure of what it smells like kind of off my skin in the air, because when I smell it, I do get that pee honey, like just very animalic feel to it, if you can say that, if you can feel what I'm saying. So yeah, this is probably the most animalic that I'll ever get in my musks. I want to highlight the other, and it's like I said, try it for yourself. I don't think that this one is for everybody. The other ones, I don't know, just get a sample of everything, because I feel like everything is good to me, but I don't know. You guys have preferences. Everyone has preferences, right? Anyway, so definitely get a sample of this, if none of the above. Fruity floral, those are kind of simple. You can understand. But that is Back to Black by Killian. The one that I really want to mention is, I want to mention it and kind of highlight it because I feel like it fills a hole in my collection. This is the Dyptique Fleur de Peau. And I also feel like it could be one of the most universal, just straight up musks. It's not mixed with too many other things, and the musk definitely is prominent. So there's some iris, there's a little bit of rose, but musk in this fragrance. And in the beginning, I feel like it can be tart and bright, almost like fruit, but it's not sweet. This musk is that musk that I described in the beginning that was like a hot iron. That's why I kind of got excited. Hot iron going over some clothes that had just been freshly washed and dried. It's dry. It's not a sweet fragrance. There's some slight bright, maybe tart, fruity floralness in the beginning, almost like a sweet tart without the sweetness. You know, that powdery feel in the top of it. I feel like this fragrance is absolutely unisex because I feel like it can go from, you know, any occasion, but unisex because it's not so feminine that men feel uncomfortable wearing it, and it's not so masculine that women feel uncomfortable wearing it. Sometimes unisex is in the middle, you know, and people aren't quite sure where to draw the line. I feel like this is just a clean, universally clean, dry, very little sweetness fragrance, and it's beautiful. Like I said, I think you could wear it to bed. I think you could wear this fragrance at a formal event, and I don't know. I just feel like this fits a hole, and I feel like everybody fits a hole in my fragrance, and everybody should fits a hole in my collection, and everybody should try this one. I feel like because of how unisex it makes me feel, just universally clean and taken care of. I feel like you could even share this fragrance with your partner if they like musk too. But with this one, the only caveat is that you have to like musk. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are about musks. This was kind of a long video, but this was something, I don't know, I like musk a lot, obviously. Oh, and I wanted to mention, I learned about this fragrance from Akalyah, and also I really think that Heidi from Scented, I forgot the name of her channel, but I'll link it down below. She's the sweetest lady. This is Heidi. I think she would really like this fragrance too. So Heidi, if you haven't tried Dyptique Fleur de Peau, you should try it. And if you have, let me know if you watch this video in the comments, okay? But yeah, that's it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love, Jay. Bye-bye.